Yeah, let's say everything ends whatever
Like the
that.
world ends? I mean, Tim, can you clarify this?
We don't. I don't want to go that dark just yet, but
Everything ends on this
I
episode.
know. I'm like, wow.
we know nothing's. We're not going back to normal. Whatever. I mean,
Whatever normal ways was, right?
right. So the doors are open back up. Business can resume however it is people want it to resume. What's the number one thing that you've learned over the course of the last 6 months?
It's funny because we were just talking about this whole networking relationships. Stay connected to people. Like, stay connected to the people who maybe do what you do. Stay connected to people who encourage you or motivate you. I mean, literally, I just did some, event related, like I called it the last minute lunch bunch and like a chill and chat. And they were kind of last minute things. And the same theme kept coming up over and over is about, we are so thankful for these connections and these relationships that we have with, in this case, other event professionals around the world that you can pick up the phone and cry or get excited about or be frustrated about, or how did you handle this part of your contract, or how did you do this? I mean, so the one piece of advice I would say is stay connected to people for those relationships, for all aspects of whether or not you have a business or not, but just for the mental health side, for the business side, for the just social side, stay connected to people, and the right people, I guess. I would say.
And that makes me think of this, right? The people who are only thankful on Thanksgiving, right? But that's what we're getting on this, right? Is so many people will be like, oh, let me send you this message because I'm supposed to send you this message today, right? Like, I'm thankful on Thanksgiving. I always text my mom this, or I call her on Mother's Day or something. I'm like, Mom, I'm calling you because I'm supposed to call you today. But I will talk to you on other days too, right? Don't just be like that. That's so fake, right? And so just because something is popular, the thing of the week, does not make it a reason for people to. It doesn't mean that that's the reason why that's the only thing that you should do, right? And so it doesn't matter what the flavor of the week is. There's always going to be a flavor, right? Baskin Robbins built their business off of at least 31s,
right?
Boom, boom, bam! Look at that little. This show is sponsored by Baskin Robbins, where they send us 31 flavors of ice cream. Can you guess which one we had this morning? I can't either. No, I don't know. But Baskin Robbins, feel free to send us as much ice cream as you
know, right?
Right.
That's how we got to get sponsors for this shit. Just start throwing out things that we want to use. But yeah, so many people flavor of the week it up, and then like they're like, "Oh, I reached out to 4 people and they said hi. Now what do I do?"
Right.
I mean, keep
Hello.
talking with them.
Keep talking.
Right. Like Tim and I met in a situation where it wasn't a flavor of the week, but it was him meeting people. And then we continued the conversation, right? And it took a little bit of time for us to gel. And now, obviously, we've gelled. Tiffanie, I don't remember where I met you.
I know. It's funny that you said that. I was like, when did I first meet Zack?
Have you guys ever met before, Tim and Tiffanie?
Tim, did you come to an event?
I've been to several.
He would have been to the startup address that you were.
It was a breakfast.
He would have been at the startup address that you were a finalist of.
Right. Right.
So maybe there.
I'm trying to think, did he come to a breakfast, an ILEA event?
I don't think so.
Okay. I was trying to think. It would have been at the Holiday Inn. It was on like blogging and everything. So I was trying to remember.
No, that was Chris Shelton.
Oh, okay. Okay, then no, we have not met. I mean, well, not specifically. Yeah. But no, I do agree with that conversation, and I think.
But you have to facilitate it later and later and later and later. It's not. It's like these people who like will go on LinkedIn and be like, "Hey, buy my thing." I'm like, "Yo, bro, I just met you."
Right.
Like let me troll you back. Like, how hard is it for you to just ease it in a little bit? Like, come on. Like,
why? No, I agree. I agree.
Like, who likes those messages?
I don't. I also think
but that conversation can get so powerful if you just slow roll it a little.
Right.
If you were just to do a little, like,
So I think another thing too, just talk with you all about, which I think we've, talked about in different circles, is sometimes trying to understand who we are, right? So, and sometimes we are told that we have this gift or this talent, and sometimes we embrace it, other times we try to run from it, right? So I've been told a lot more recently, and it's made sense, and I would agree that I'm a connector. I like to connect people. I liked introducing people to people that maybe they could work with, or maybe they just might have things in common, business wise, personal wise, et cetera. And so in accepting that that's who I am, and this kind of lunch little thing that I told you all about, that I've done, like lunch and dinner type of thing, these three little experiences I've had, I've tried to connect event professional friends that I know, because typically this time of the year we go to an annual conference. It's the ILEA Live conference, and it's for event professionals who do photo booths and catering and hotels. I mean, you name it, they're there. And we would have been in San Francisco last week for this annual conference. And I realized, and also because, as you guys know, I have this photography part of my life, all these pictures keep coming up, like, in your memories on social media. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss these people. And we're not spending a week together experiencing all these great things. And so I said, you know what? If I did these little lunch or coffee and whatever, and they're kind of only planned really like 2 days in advance, and it's not like a lot of stress. And of course, I invite about 30 people, and about 8 to 10 show up. Um, and what it's done is created this opportunity for people to connect with people that they didn't know. Maybe you're a brand new, event planner that started your business, and then COVID hit, and now you kind of feel like, well, gosh, should I have even started this business? I don't have any clients now. I mean, all of these things. But hey, now I can connect with somebody from Chicago, or from, Nigeria, or Australia, or California, who is in the same boat, or they've experienced something similar back during maybe a recession that we had, and they provide some encouragement. So now here's this new connection and link. But me as the connector, if I know that there are people who can be in these different types of scenarios, and that I can create an opportunity for them to connect, I'm willing to do that. I've also learned that just from the 3 meetings that I've done, these little get-togethers, people have truly embraced the reaching out to each other. I really appreciate what you shared. And then, yes, connecting on LinkedIn, and then following up with some conversations, and then me getting an email saying, Tiffanie, I'm so glad that you invited me. I connected with so-and-so just to get some ideas or some support.
But you connected, and by the way, keep the connections with the Z alive. That is spelled correctly. Change one S to a
connections.
Z. Connections. It's facilitating something that people had as a commonality, and then keeping that going under a similar topic, right? And then when appropriate, that's when it can go towards maybe more direct business.
Right.
But I think you have to find that common ground first.
Yeah.
Right. Which you did. Hey, we attended this event together. Bring those people there. Have more conversations. Slide it into the DMs. And when it seems appropriate, that connection is going good, then maybe bring in the opportunity to do business together. But don't just at the first thing. Imagine if you would have reached back out to those people and been like, yo, buy my thing because I want you to.
Right. Hey, everybody should do the virtual photo booth, because now we don't have to be in the same place, and da-da-da. And people would be like, really? Like, Tiffanie, I don't even really know you.
Who is Tiffanie?
Right.
I don't even remember her.
I know, right?
Facebook. That was so yesterday. I do love that feature about Facebook, but it means I have to post more.
Right.
That's the worst part about Facebook memories. It's a great feature, right?
Unless you post it.
But you have to post things. And if you want to post less and less.
They just figure people need to work more now. Like, hey, we want you to post more so you do more work. So then a year from now, look at the results. But that's a great actual, like, whatever that word is that you say, the connection. We have to do the work now, Zack, for a year from now to get some of those results, or that impact.
That's